How you guys doing? This is Andrew with Florida PB. I'm a little under the weather right now, but I would like to do an end of the year video. A thank you to everybody that has supported me and bought my products, has subscribed to the YouTube channel and everything, and just want to shoot the shit for a little bit and go over some things. And well, why not? I want to show you guys how much I've sold, what money came in from it, and kind of use it as an experiment to see for maybe next year and the year following and going in the future if I've hit like a stagnation point with selling certain products, if there's more market to be gained, if I'm right in the right range of where to be expected, because I really don't know. I really don't know how many boards I was supposed to sell. I really don't have no idea. I'll just show you guys what we did sell this year. If you're not familiar with eBay at all, this is eBay's seller hub, not a store, but a seller hub. And basically, here's my listings that I have available. We have 10 products available currently. It started originally in the year. Back in last December, we started out with the LCD board and the DM4 chip. From there, we expanded and we added the IR3 to A4 flyboard. Was the next add. I should also say the smart charger has historically been there as well for the whole time. After the R3 board, that got added I think in April or May area. So 8-9 months of sales on that, about a year's worth of sales on the DM4 chip and the LCD board. Then in July to August range, we introduced the 2K5 Intimidator board. Along with that, I think the 0506 Speed board got introduced right around that time, and the G7 board came out pretty quick after that. The Brass Eagle Rainmaker LCD board, that small run got put out, I think sometime in the early summer. And the last products I made for the year, really right towards the end, was the FEP Quest chip and the FEP Quest board specific. I'm currently working on trying to get out a DM3 style matrix board as well. 2 of them actually, but I'm still not happy with them. I'm working on making that the way I want it, and I'll show you guys more on that as we go. And a 2K2 Timmy board as well. Again, I'm not happy with the solutions currently for the on-off switch, and I'm figuring out what to do with that. So unfortunately, it's tabled for the year, and I'll figure that out as we keep going. But here's the products we've been selling. If we go to our performance for the year, we have made 233 sales this year. Thank you guys so much for that. If you look, 233 sales on 169 buyers. So 17.8% of you guys are repeat buyers too. You bought multiple items. That's awesome. When you see the taxes and fees, taxes collected, selling costs, shipping, and eBay fees. So we netted $9 grand, a little over $9 grand this year in sales to do this, to build these boards, store them, pack them, ship them, all this stuff, support them. And this is where we're running with it. Average sale prices, units sold. I don't know if you see this for anyone else. I'm curious to see what other guys are doing that get these boards. This is up from last year, which doesn't really mean anything because I didn't really sell anything last year. And it actually breaks out really nice because it shows it to you monthly like this. So last January, when we just had the LCD board, the DM4 chip, and the charger, and they were new, we sold like $500 worth of them, $700 worth of them in February. March was a bit of a dip. I'm not exactly sure why. But then it started popping in April and May. I think that's when we also introduced the second board. But I think also the season was getting there, so everyone was starting to get ready and get their stuff. Then June was a bad month, and I'm not exactly sure why. July was okay. It wasn't incredible. It was definitely better than June. Then it blew up again in August and September, but that also released the rest of my boards, basically. August, September were really high. October, I was on vacation for 10 days, and I turned my store off, or my market off for 10 days of October, so I assume it'd be higher than it actually was if I had that going. November exploded with Christmas shopping and everything. And December ended strong too. It was very strong. It's December 27th right now. I guess we could add a little more if it happens. Great. If not, this is a very successful year, I think. And the interesting part to me is the actual breakdown of what sold, how much sold of each. And like the big winner right here is the longest running product I had was the LCD board. I sold 56 of them, 56 LCD specific boards, which is awesome. I thought. I sold 46 DM4 chips, which again, awesome. I honestly didn't think I was going to sell that many DM4 chips, but I'm stunned about how big that community obviously is that needs new chips for that, which is great. IR3 to A4 flyboards, 37 of them. I think that works pretty well because this was a whole year. This was about 8 months. So they're kind of neck and neck almost in my mind. Smart chargers. They are the only product that ran out at some point in the year. So it's 30 and 18, so 48 of them sold, which is pretty regular, I think, from the last couple of years historically. Gen 3 Timmy boards, 24 of them sold in half a year. So that kind of puts it right in the ballpark as these if it continues the way it was, which, I don't know if that's what everyone else sells as 50-ish boards for a particular marker or not. I have no idea, but this is what I'm showing, and maybe I can get feedback on that. G7 fly boards, I sold 7 of them, specific G7 fly, G7 fly, I should say. And 0506 speed boards, I sold 5 of those. So in total, I sold 56 plus 37, 80, 93, plus I got another 7, so 100, and then 5. I got 105 Angel specific boards sold over the year, which, if you know, that's my channel. That's what I've always sort of focused on, is Angels, and hey, I feel great about selling over 100 boards to you guys to help fix Angels and help get them modernized, basically, with just a simple board that can do the modern settings that you need. I sold 5 Quest chips to one guy, but still 5 Quest chips got sold. I sold 3 Rainmaker LCD boards. I assumed I was going to sell 1, and I was going to sit on 4 for years, basically. But I sold 3 of them so far, and I had 5. And like I said, if I sell all 5, I'll make 5 more and put them back up because it doesn't bother me to have the stock sitting there. I also sold 2 Quest also 2 Quest specific boards to another man late sometime a couple weeks ago. He's the first sale of those. But there's all the products I've sold. What sold, sale price, taxes, total selling cost, total amount made. Obviously, that's not the amount I paid for the stuff and what I have to give Uncle Sam for taxes and all that stuff, but this is what it looks like selling on eBay. And, there's some good stuff about selling on eBay. This isn't a sponsorship or anything for them. It's kind of... So let's go to our seller level. This is the last thing I want to show, because this I didn't realize happened this way when I started selling the stuff on eBay like this, but we became this became a top-rated seller. Transactions, defects, all this stuff, tracking uploaded. That kind of screws you, I'm gonna say, but as long as you keep it above like 3% or less, 95% or better with your tracking uploaded on time and validity and your late shipment rates, these get kind of screwed up because these are based on assuming that I always ship something. And like there was a few times, namely 2 or 3 times, that I dropped something off or someone came and picked something up and there was no tracking uploaded, or it was just wrong. So that's where we're getting a little bit of defects with that, which is annoying, but luckily it's enough sales that this doesn't affect this top rated thing, which gives me like additional % off, so which is nice. You get 10% discount, it's called, if you follow this top rated stuff. Return rate, I had 2 products returned out of 205. It's a free return with eBay, the way we have it set up. So I think that's pretty good, honestly. Besides that, I guess we should go into everything I've seen over the year. I've had 1 defective DM4 chip that I sent out another chip for. One issue with that, we had one LCD board that was supposed to be bad, but I never got it back. The guy said he threw it out when I sent a replacement. So I'm not sure about that one, but I had one. I had two IR3 boards that had a failure with the voltage regulator. I don't know what happened with the voltage regulators, but two of them had a short in the voltage regulator, so I had to replace those. And besides that, those are the four products that I've had an issue with. I've had two semi-fitment issues. I had to help the guys work with them with the LCD boards. Fitting in frames, just sometimes the tolerances don't work great. Just in general between each frame, the buttons, all that stuff. But we were able to figure both of those out, which was, it was good. And yeah, I feel like out of 230, whatever it was, performance. I guess saying the whole year is a little bit, it's a little bit light. I guess I had about $300 in sales in December of 2021 because that's when we first actually launched the board. Was then, which I think was like 3 or 4 boards. But let's just not worry about that in the overall grand scheme. But out of 233 products sold, I had 5 with issues. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And, I'm happy with what's happened. I'm happy how this year's went. If anyone has comments or feedback on that, what can we do? What can we do better? Obviously, I want to produce more boards as well. I don't want to stop with these. I do have ideas. But honestly, I'm a little burnt out on making boards and soldering stuff every night when I get home and put the kid to bed. I go downstairs and I solder boards. At this point, I have about with these sales numbers, I have roughly about half a year's worth of boards if it stays consistent of everything in stock and ready to go, which is great. So I'm going to take a couple months. I know it's Chinese New Year coming up too, and everything kind of shuts down over there. So I'm going to take this time to work on some other stuff. I have some other plans. Some of it's paintball related, some of it's not. I do want to start making some hard parts again. That's how I started, was making hard parts for pump guns. But I definitely have some ideas and some things that I want to video it, process it, and obviously start selling some hard parts along with the boards. A lot of my early ideas right now are regulator-based stuff to improve regulators, make them a little better. But yeah, with that, let me know what you guys want to see. Definitely, the soon-to-be boards are going to be the DM3 boards. I have 2 of them, one for LCD frames, one for LED frames. 2K2 timming boards are up on the list of things I need to get done early. After that, I want to take a look at mark boards and some of the newer but not new Bob Long stuff, and DM6 boards. A couple guys requested some DM6 or UL frame style boards, and they made some good points about how Dye's original boards, which are in everything, really have shitty programming, and it's just not kind of nice to deal with. So I know I can put my chip on a DM6 board and run it that way. So that's up there on the list of things to do. And post that, I'm open to options. We can definitely do some other weird guns. I have an idea. It's definitely rolling around in my mind of how I can make a cocker board that is DM chip acceptable, where it can take my chip or a Tadao chip or a Virtue chip or any chip and function. And the idea would be I have a secondary processor on the board that basically handles the second solenoid and handles the eyes and sends the eye signal back to the main chip, the traditional single solenoid gun chip, and tells it the ball's there or not. So that one can fire the main solenoid. And the second one would be handled by the secondary chip that's on the board that's running these functions in the background. I have an idea. I'm working on it a little bit, but it's very, very alpha, beta, whatever. It's very, very fresh. And I definitely have a lot of ideas to throw into it to make it an actual product. But I think there is a way to make a low cost, full featured cocker board or Excal board, cocker board, race gun board with using an interchangeable chip that, if I ever go out of the business or something like that, someone else can step in and make DM chips, and it services the DM, services all my boards, services all the Lucky boards, and hopefully it could service the Cocker boards too, because it would be the same code going into it, which would be the idea. Yeah. But with that, I have a CNC lathe project that I have half filmed. I'm putting together. I have to spend a little more time on that in order to start making some of the hard parts I have ideas for. And regulators I want to focus on originally are like mini regs. I have a very good idea for the like '05 speed and up the unireg that they did, the reg stack, which is basically just a mini reg, put into a bigger thing, a cartridge reg they called it. That's what it was. I have an idea to upgrade the cartridge reg. The mini reg I can upgrade a little bit. Bob Long torpedo regs, they can if you put a nice set of internals in them, they can be very good regulators. A couple ideas for CP regs, die regs, other things like that. Definitely some Timmy parts. I think the RAM market's a little light on Timmy's. Some Angel parts as well. But yeah, definitely I have a lot of ideas for some hard parts I would like to start producing again. And maybe I'll take a trip down memory lane on one of these style videos where I go over some of the stuff I used to make when I was making like parts for Phantoms and brass guns and stuff like that. But yeah, with that, I don't want to spend too much time doing this, but so it was interesting. Hopefully someone finds this interesting, and yeah, let me know. Let me know if you guys think that this is kind of what to expect with selling boards, or if the wave's coming, or maybe I've saturated the market. I'm not sure. I kind of hope that I've helped suppress some prices of some used hardware that's quite old, that was kind of getting obscene in price because they shot 10 and nothing shoots 10 from back then. But yeah, with that, guys, hope you had a good holidays, happy new year if I don't make a video by New Year's. And yeah, you can see where my focus is going to be over the next couple months. I want to try to get my lathe running. I want to try to get into doing some stuff like that, and I kind of want to build a couple guns again. Like, I haven't really built a gun in a while. I'd like to do some more videos like that. But yeah, more's to come, guys. Thank you. My subscribers have doubled on YouTube as well. I have 232 or something like that now. Still, none, but double what I had last year. So hey, look at that. And I had 233 sales, which is awesome. Of 169 guys or people that bought products. So thank you all. And this is Andrew Floyd PB. This is it for this one.